I'm going to show you how I break down a whole chicken. Now, I usually buy whole chicken and just cut it up. I don't buy chicken parts. It's just so much easier for me, and you get so much more out of the chicken. I usually buy this at the Amish market, and I just cut it up, and you know, you get so much out of a whole chicken. You get your breast, you get your thigh, you get your wings. So I'm going to show you how I break this down. Now you want to make sure that your knife is sharp when you're doing this. So just going to sharpen up my knife a little. And then we're going to get down to breaking this chicken down. So we have here the legs, wings, and this is the breast area. You want the breast side up. So right now I am going to cut off the wings. So there's two ways I do this. There's the professional way I learned. In culinary school we learn how to break it down like this. You have to look for the little joint right here and cut it right here, and you cut that off, but that remains on there. Now the unprofessional side for me, I will just cut this whole thing off right here. You know, I'll just cut that off like that. And there's a joint there too, and just follow that joint and, you know, just take that off like that. It's just so much faster. But if you want some nice uniform sized pieces of wings, you just cut it like this. Take the joint off. Supposed to just slide off. So I'm going to make some curry chicken with this, so I'm going to be using the whole chicken, everything on the chicken I'm going to use. So for this you just kind of follow the part right here. And you can just kind of bend this so it kind of crack, and that's the joint that you cut off. So you cut right where that bone crack right there. You just take the knife and cut down in it like that, and you get this part off. Let me put it in here. So I'm going to cut this really in smaller pieces, because you know, for curry chicken you want your chicken to be small. Well, at least I do. So you just continue following that path until you get down on the inside there, and then you just pop this little crack, and right where the bone crack, you just cut this off. So that's the leg and thigh. Usually I would have done that like really fast. So these are like the parts that you don't want. That's all the fat and skin. You just kind of clean that out. Now some of the chicken might have stuff on the inside, so you just clean it out. My chicken have a little stuff in there because this was frozen. There's still a little ice in there, not a lot though, just a little piece. So I'm just going to clean that out. I'm going to cut this piece off. So this is not really, you know, any kind of fancy video. So now we have the breast area here. Now if you want to have boneless breast, you can cut the chicken down the center like this. Not if you want it to be boneless. Let me turn it this way. And you just follow the path. You cut more to the left. I don't really want to do this because, you know, for curry chicken it's not boneless. But I'm just showing you for demonstration purposes. You just cut down, cut down, cut down. Take that off. And then you have one boneless breast. So for me, because I'm going to use this whole chicken in my curry, I'm going to just show you how to, we're just going to cut this whole thing up because I'm going to use this whole entire chicken. So what I do, I cut down here to separate the breast from the back. So now this is the back area. In culinary school we just use this for stock. We never really ate this, but in Trinidad growing up we eat the whole chicken. So I'm just going to show you the Trinidad way. I'm going to take all of this skin off the chicken because we don't really need it. If I was putting it in the oven, I'll leave the skin on because it just keep it moist. But I'm going to just take that off, and what I do, I cut down the middle, try to kind of like that. And I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces. So for the back area, you can just cut it like this. And you can cut it in whatever size you like. You can kind of guide and get that skin off. Get all that skin off and everything. I'll do that off camera, but that's just how I cut my chicken up. And you can also start cutting it into smaller pieces like this. That's why I say you need a sharp knife, because you know you probably even need like a chopper, because it's kind of hard. And this is the breast. I'm just making it into smaller pieces because for curry I like to use small pieces of chicken. So we'll cut that like so, and I'll demonstrate to you how I do the leg and thigh. I just take that skin off. You just use a knife as a guide and pull that skin off. Just pull it off like that. Pull everything off. Now this gets really messy. A lot of people don't like cleaning chicken because it's a lot of work, but it is so worth it. And you just take that skin off like that. Alright, so now to separate the thigh from the leg, you just do that same guide right there. It will guide you. It should be easy to cut down. If it's not easy, then you didn't get that joint. You didn't find that joint. You have to find that joint to separate it. I'm going to make these smaller, so what I do, I do the same thing. I just chop down that and make it smaller. Cut off all the fat and stuff. You don't want to eat all that stuff. And that's how I break down my chicken. For the back, as I said, I just cut it in small pieces the same way. For the wing, I cut all of this off. This little tip, I can cut that off. And then you can leave it like this, or you can cut it in half. And then the breast, take the skin off. This is the boneless breast. So you see, if you want to eat boneless chicken, you just buy a whole chicken and you break it down. And there's a way you can even make the thigh boneless. You can take the bones out of the thigh if you want. But I know most people eat like boneless chicken breast. I don't really like too much of the breast in curry. I like the thigh and the back area. I love the back. That's like my favorite. I love my bone. So with the back, there's some stuff in here. You have to take that out. So you have to make sure you clean everything out of there. Just clean all of that out. And then you wash it. And when I wash my chicken, I wash it with lemon. I wash all my meats, all my chicken, all my fish, everything with lemon. So you just take all that out. For the back, I do the same thing. I just take all this skin. Just find a guide and get that knife under there and cut it out. So that's the way I break down my whole chicken. I mean, there's different ways you can do it. If you want to do it all fancy, there's like the breast, you can make it into an airline chicken breast. You can make lollipops with the wings. I mean, it's endless. So hope you enjoy this video. This is my chicken that's cut up. I'm going to wash it with lemon and season it for my curry chicken. Now always remember, after cutting up chicken, make sure you clean all your surfaces with Lysol or any type of antibacterial spray, because raw chicken can spread salmonella, and you don't want to get you or your family sick. So always ensure that you spray some type of antibacterial. Some people use vinegar, which is another mixed with water. That's another good way to kill the germs, but just make sure you clean down the surface really well. Alright, so that is the end of my video.